Hello everyone, this is Ashley from Ashley's Creations, and today I thought I'd go ahead and share with you my process, a process video on how I decorated week 8 in my planner, which is actually the week of February 14th. I know that's several weeks from now, but I've already decorated everything in January. Like pretty much as far as I'm gonna go with January, except for adding things that I need to do throughout the week that I don't already know of yet. Um, so I wanted to get a jump start on February because going back to school, I'm not gonna have a lot of time. I mean, going back to work and going back to school, I'm not gonna have a lot of time to be doing a lot. And this was Valentine's Day week, and I knew I wanted to decorate it nicely for Valentine's week, so I figured this would be an easy one to go ahead and already get done and put out there. So I already have a little bit of a plan of what I wanted to do. I kind of stamped some stuff out. Some of it is planned, and the other half is things that I'm just making up as I go. So first, I'm starting off with the Quilt Elegance stamp from Paper Tray Ink, and I have that large kind of like border stamp. So I want to put a word die in the middle of that. And I took Raspberry Fizz and Pure Poppy, and I inked up one half in the poppy and the one half in the raspberry because I wanted it to kind of have like a gradient ombre effect from the pink to the red. You saw me fiddling a little bit in the beginning. I wasn't sure which. I wanted the pink to come first, but I had to figure out which side I had to ink first. Same here. I'm trying to figure out which is gonna go where. So, what I do when I decorate my planner is, because it's the binder version, I just go ahead and I take the pages out of the out of the binder. It makes it a lot easier to get it flat and to stamp straight. Now I'm stamping the Quilt Elegance stamp again on this side, and later on I realized that I should have moved it over a little bit, but that's okay. It still looks okay. So now I'm moving on to the XOXO stamp set from Paper Tray Ink, which was released in December 2015. I'm going to stamp 3 hearts along the side there in like the little note section. I was going to stamp the Lovely Lady one first, but I wasn't sure where I wanted it in relation to the other two, so I decided to start at the bottom and make my way up. So I like how that Quilled Elegance border there has like a nice little dip in it on the corner, so that I can just kind of nestle my heart right in there. So I'm using this first one with Scarlet Jewel. I think it says I'm yours. So those are like, those little candy hearts that you can get at Valentine's Day. You used to pass out for Valentine's Day when you were a kid. I'm using Autumn Rose now, and I'm just stamping it off a couple times. I think I had a hair in there. Or there was like I don't know, there was something on there. See, I'm stamping it off again. You can see it on there. There's like a little, I don't know if it's from a baby wipe or what, but I'm stamping it off just to kind of get that off so that way I don't mess up my planner. Because once you stamp, that's it. You can't really do anything else to fix it. So I wanted to make sure it looked good. So there's the XOXO one. And now I'm going to do the Lovely Lady one, which says I'm your. No, that one says, what does that one say? You're sweet, maybe? I'm not sure. You're sweet. So, but anyway, yeah, going back to school, I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of time. And I've already noticed a lot of things filling up in my January calendar. So that's why I wanted to make sure I go ahead and make sure I got this done. And I wanted to film it for you guys because I thought you'd like to see that TV that I have there that says The Walking Dead, which Andy and I love. We just started watching it just recently. We started watching it about a month before season 6 came out. We binge watched entire episodes of seasons 1 through 5. But anyway, so I cut that TV out using the Polka Dot Parade number 3 stamp set and die, and I just stamped it with Raspberry Fizz. And before I had it on the bottom under the notes section, but I didn't want it down there because I wanted to stamp this whole the Quilled Elegance thing with this Be Love or Be Mine words. So I moved it to the top, and I just covered up the writing that I had in there because I liked this better, and I was decorating it for Valentine's Day anyway, so I didn't need the planner to say Valentine's Day, and I didn't need it to say whatever else it said under there, Walking Dead maybe, because I had the TV. So I had picked that up and moved it to stamp my last heart, but that's why that's there. Now the Be Mine sentiment, I cut it from True Black ink, and it came from the XOXO. Okay, my computer just cut out. So I don't know if you heard or not, but it's from the XOXO stamp and die collection. I just die cut it. I didn't stamp anything. I really like that font. So I actually cut another word out too that's gonna go on the other side. But I just might use my two-way glue pen just to glue that down. Now these hearts that I'm showing you right here are from this love card that I created. And I did a video on that, so I believe I'm uploading that one before I upload this. But so if you're interested in seeing how I made that card, you can go back and look at it. But it is one of the open hearts from the XO collection, Paper Ink. And when I did the other card, I did some inlay die cutting, and those were the leftover pieces that I had. And in my video, I said, hey, I can put these aside and use them on another project, another card. And they were sitting on my desk as I was deciding what to do with this layout, and I thought it'd be perfect because it had the same color schemes that I was using for the planner layout, so I thought they would go really well in here. So I put the one down there, and the other two I'm going to put on this page. So now you can see where I'm realizing that I should have stamped my border a little bit more to the right, because now my Valentine word doesn't fit perfectly with the hole there. And I played around with actually putting it underneath the hole, but then I figured it might get caught, so I decided just to move it over, and it still looks okay, so I'm not worried about it. But that is also a word from the XOXO die set from Paper Ink. And I cut that out of True Black cardstock as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and add the little dot here. I left it in the cutout so I wouldn't lose it. Because I actually did lose the I for the Be Mine, but there was like a little black piece on my desk that I just put on there instead, I think. I don't remember for sure. But there is one of the other hearts from that love card that I showed. I'm just debating where to put that, making sure that I don't put it off the side of the planner page because I don't want it coming off the side. So I'm kind of tucking it underneath the E so that it is kind of hidden, and also it looks like the E is kind of like wrapping around the heart, which I thought was kind of cute. I was just picking it up to make sure it wasn't showing, and it was, so I had to move it down a little bit. Now that last one, I'm going to put at the top. I debated where to put that as well, but then I found this washi tape in my storage, and I thought it was really cute, and it kind of matched, the theme. It's Valentine's Day washi. It was from Michael's last year. I thought it was cute, so I thought I'd go ahead and roll that out at the top of my paper just to give it a little border. And I'm putting that down so I know where to put my other heart. I ripped it, but then I wanted it to be like a nice straight line, so I used my scissors just to cut it. I just like those little heart patterns. I think they're really cool. I wish I'd gotten another one of the little blue hearts in there, or not had a blue heart, because now the little blue heart looks weird, but it's okay. So now I'm just adding this last one. I know that the box says Wednesday, and it's the 17th, so I don't really care that I'm kind of covering that up a little bit. It's not a big deal to me. So that was kind of what I had planned before I started filming the video, and so the rest of it is just kind of me adding stuff and coming up with things as I go. There was a stamp set in this one from Paper Ink that says I love you with all my heart, and I kind of wanted to put that on there, but you can see that I'm putting it there and it's too big, and I did want to show you that it did bleed through a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. I don't really care. If it bothers you, you could stamp off. But anyway, I decided that the stamp that I had wanted was too big, so now I'm looking at this love story stamp, and it says I heart you to infinity and I'm sorry, it's sending my love. It says I heart you to infinity and beyond, and I played around with where to put this for several minutes. I thought I'd put it there, then maybe at the top, then maybe at the middle, then maybe we're down here in the corner, and back there. And I fiddled around with it for a while until I found a place that I liked it. So you'll see me play around for a little bit. Oh, I think at this point, I was sitting in my chair, and my cat Callie literally came up and jumped up behind me and was sitting on half my chair. And I was going to try and show you guys, but I couldn't figure out how to rotate the camera on the tripod, so I didn't. So here's me fiddling with this again. Still not sure where I want to put it. I think there was a lot of places where I thought it might look good, but I wasn't sure. And like I said, once you stamp it, it's there forever. You can't take it off, and that's your planner, and you don't want to really ruin your planner. So I do think I finally decided on the spot that I have it in right now. Andy's in my room right now, and so I was asking him, I'm like, where do you think this would look good? Do you think it looks good here or here? And so I was asking him, and I don't think he was a whole lot of help, but that's why I'm still playing around with it. You guys, it took me a long time to figure out where I wanted to put that, and I know you guys have that too, where you're working on a card and you don't know where to put something, and then finally just clicks, it'll look good here. So that's kind of how I felt right now. So I'm stamping it in Scarlet Jewel. I think I was giving Andy a thumbs up. I don't know why that. I don't know what that was for. But yeah, so I liked it there. I liked how it turned out because it's kind of down and out of the way. So I did add more to the actual Valentine's Day column, but now I have some space to write maybe what our plans are for Valentine's Day. I have that little a small open heart from the XOXO stamp set from Paper Tray Ink. It's similar to those open heart die cuts, but it's just stamp instead, and it's about a third of the size maybe. And I know I want to put it in there. I'm just not sure where I want to put it. And I'm debating what colors I wanted to do it with. There were so many places I could have put it, and then I finally came up with that I could fit 3 of them at the top there, and I really liked that, and so that's what I went ahead and decided on. So I stamped that first one with Pure Poppy, and I thought I was going to stamp all of them in Pure Poppy, but I changed my mind and I decided to do a different color. So I think the next color I went with was Hibiscus Burst. Because the raspberry and the pure poppy are they're not similar, but they are similar at the same time. They're both very dark, and so or they're both very like bright, and so I mean in my planner I can see, like when I'm looking at it in person, I can see the difference between the two colors on the little Quilled Elegance borders at the bottom, but like from the video perspective it's very hard to see the difference. So I decided to go with Hibiscus Burst to have a little bit more of like a gradient there. And then the last one I stamped was in Lovely Lady. And that's their new color that they released in December. And I absolutely love it. I think it's really pretty. So then I pulled out this bigger sketchy heart thinking I might use it somewhere. And then I decided to put it away. I didn't want it. So now I am probably wandering around my craft room, figuring out what I want to do. I thought it would be cute if I did A Heart A, and so I was trying out the wet paint alphabet die cut there, the uppercase, because I thought the cursiveness of it would look good with the kind of cursive letters in the Be Mine and the Valentine. But then I thought it was maybe too big, so then I tried the small wet paint alphabet, but I didn't like how the A was formed. So I gave up and I went back to the uppercase alphabet. And I'm going to do an A and a heart and an A. And originally I cut out that little heart from the XOXO collection, thinking I was going to like that. But I ended up deciding it was too big. So here I am die cutting the first A and then the heart out of True Black. Yes, those are 2 empty Dr. Pepper cans on my desk. I drink a lot of Diet Dr. Pepper. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always have trouble getting these stupid dies out of the die cuts out of the die, so I'm just using my scissors to get it out. And then I'm cutting out the other A. And then there's my heart as well. So now I want to do the A Heart A. Again, couldn't get the die cut out of the die. I like to throw my dies on my desk. Does anybody else do that? You just throw them and the die cut pops out. So now I'm arranging the A's. And it's at this point that I realize that I don't like that heart there. It's too big. And I realized that I should have cut it out of a different color because it kind of blends into each other with the black heart. So I decided to change it. And I was looking all around to see if I could find another heart that was smaller that I liked. And he's looking at me. He just got home talking to myself on the computer. So I looked around. I looked at my heart-to-heart sets. Thought maybe there would be a better heart in there, but I didn't find a heart die cut. And then I was thinking about it and I thought, oh hey, there's small hearts in my Shakers and Sprinkles kit. So they have the Shakers and Sprinkles heart dies, and there's a little die in there that cuts out a bunch of confetti hearts. And they're really small, and I decided that that was the perfect size. So there me is showing the die. Now this kit is actually still available. I guess when they did their... It sold out really fast, and people had a lot of issues trying to get it, and so they did a pre-order and got a bunch of extra orders in, and so they must have had a ton of leftover or something because it's still available on the website. So if you're interested in shaker cards, that is still available. So I decided I liked this mini heart a lot better, and I liked it in the pure poppy because it stood out and it was different. And I'm debating on placement. Do I want to put them next to each other, kind of down? And then this is ultimately the placement that I ended up with. I'm just taking my glue pen. I'm just going to glue those down. I could have added stick-it paper to the back, but I didn't really think about it as I was cutting these out. So you guys can see that there's a lot of extra little heart die cuts there on the side. Okay, and since I had so many extra hearts, I figured, hey, why not use them in my page? So here I'm just trying to place them around. Oh, there's more. She wanted to say hi. Just like sniffing a little heart in my hand. She likes to sit with me when I craft, and she's always on my way or on my lap. There she is again. So I'm just kind of placing the hearts randomly around the page, trying to figure out where they're going to look good. I'm trying to do like the rule of odds, where you're supposed to do like odd numbers. So I ended up putting, I think, 5 of them on there, just randomly around the page. See, S'more's still saying hi, and she's still hanging out with me. Tried to get her to come over, but she wouldn't. And as I'm recording this, she's actually sitting on the couch by me as well. So is Chicken, who we call Callie. So there's S'more again in the way, of course. So now that I've decided where I want to put my hearts, I'm just gluing them down with my glue pen. Told you, she likes to be right up in the way. I don't mind. I like when she comes and hangs out with me. I pushed her out of the way finally. So I had a bunch of little extra heart die cuts, and I was trying to see if maybe I should put some more on there, but I figured that that was enough and I didn't really need any more. Now the last thing I'm doing is, since it's Valentine's Day and I haven't written the word Valentine's Day anywhere, I found this stamp from the, I don't remember what the name of it is, that one that I just showed. And it says Happy Valentine's Day in like a nice little scripty font, cursive font. And I decided, oh, it's called Be Mine Valentine. There you go. I decided that since Simply Chartreuse was actually one of the colors in February, it's part of the February color scheme. There it is on Sunday, the actual Valentine's Day. But I thought I'd go ahead and actually incorporate it somewhere in my layout. So it was raspberry fizz, simply chartreuse, and scarlet jewel, and I didn't have any simply chartreuse except for in the little Walking Dead on the TV. So I decided to stamp the Happy Valentine's Day in the simply chartreuse just to kind of pull in the green a little bit more. Plus, it makes it kind of stand out from the rest of the layout. So I like that a lot. I think that is all that I did with that one. I think I've decided here that my layout is done. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back into my planner. Yeah, I'm just going to put it back because I'm done. I think that's good. There's a lot on there. There's still room to write, which I like. So that's my layout for week 8. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing the process that I had there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!